Welcome back to another amazing stream this morning. It is my pleasure to be here with you once again. And then this morning, I'm very happy and pleased as usual, And then I'm very excited to be here once again, even though we are a bit late because of my schedules this morning, but I'm back. And then in this particular video, I will take you through how you can identify and treat worms for your local chickens or any breed of chicken at all. It can be Noeles, Creles, Sassos, Broilers, Layers, any kind of bird you are raising, how you can identify that worms are worrying your birds. Now, whenever it comes to worms worrying your birds or your chickens, some people think that it's something which you have to be a vet before you can identify that worms are actually worrying your birds. But you don't need to be a vet to know that worms are worrying your birds. There are signs that will show that worms are worrying your birds. Okay, so in this particular video, I'm going to take you through the signs that you see, and then you know that worms are worrying your birds, and then the remedies which you have to use in order to treat them. I'll share them with you. Okay, so if this is your first time on this particular channel, I'm Isaac from Sinai Farms. In this farm, I raise local chickens. Okay, so if you are new, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, join our streams, and then learn how to raise these birds. Okay, so before we proceed, if you are a subscriber to the channel, yesterday during our live streams, I've said something. It's a particular code. Those of you that have partaken in that particular code, you'll be getting something from the channel, so get prepared. And then in today's video too, I'll be revealing a code, so you have to watch so that you don't fall out, okay, or you don't miss on this particular giveaway. Okay, so let's dive into how can you know that, or how can you identify worms worrying your birds. That is the first and then the foremost thing, and then we move on to the treatment. Okay, now the first sign that will show you that worms are worrying your birds is their poop. Okay, their droppings. Now, if your birds are dropping watery poops, it's a sign that worms are worrying your birds, especially if it is a very long time you've given dewormers to your birds. Then for some time your birds begin to drop that watery poop. It's a sign that worms are worrying your birds. Okay, so that is the first indication. The second indication too is in the poop. Okay, the poop, sometimes it will be greenish and contain something like a lime. Okay, it will be sticky. The poop will be sticky, very sticky. And then you see that if they are dropping it, instead of them to drop the poop at once, it will take them some time before the poop will come out. And then if you observe the poop looks very sticky, and then sometimes it will contain something like a lime. Okay, if you've seen that, you have to know that worms are worrying your birds. Okay, so you take the right measures to treat it on time, else it's going to affect the birds in the long run. How are you, brother? I'm doing good. Kumari, I'm doing good. Now, the third thing you have to observe in these particular birds to know that worms are worrying them is if their laying rate is falling below the norm. And then you've checked all the indicators, and then the indicators are in place. The quantity of feed they are taking is in place. Hello, I like Yes, you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. The system, everything, water is in the house, feed is in the house, you are giving the supplement, but still their laying rate is falling below the norm, especially whenever it comes to the local chickens. You have to know that worms are worrying your birds. Where from you? I'm from Ghana. I'm from Ghana. Okay, I'm a Ghanaian. Lucas, thank you for subscribing. So, guys, if you just joined the stream, subscribe. On this particular channel, I share with you ways by which you can raise local chickens profitably. Okay, it's a business. So, if this is your first time, subscribe, okay, to learn about how you can do it. So that is the third indication that worms are worrying your birds. If their laying rate is falling below the norm, then it's an indicator that worms are worrying your birds. You treat it. You like football, okay? You like football, okay? So that is the third indication, okay? Now, the fourth indication that will tell you that worms are worrying your bird, and this is very, very, very serious. Yes, Lucas, I also like football. I'm a football fan, okay? I support Real Madrid, okay? So the fourth indicator, let's quickly look at the fourth indicator. The fourth indicator that will tell you that worms are affecting your birds is their feed intake, okay? If there is a reduction in their feed intake, let's say 10 birds supposed to consume 1 kilograms of feed a day, and then you've given that to your birds, but you've realized that the birds are not consuming, or they are not taking the feed as they're supposed to take it. You come back and then you see leftover in the feeder, then it's a sign that worms are worrying your. So guys, I don't know what is happening to this YouTube app. Something is happening. So always it freezes and then come off. So that is the fourth indication. If the feed intake for your birds falls below the norm, it's a sign that worms are worrying your birds. So you have to treat it as early as possible. Okay. Now the fifth indicator, which I will share with you, so that whenever you observe these occurrences in your farm, you know that worms are worrying your birds, is if you observe your birds, okay, if you observe them, sometimes you think that if you observe their face, okay, their face, it will show like there is, when you look on the eyes, it shows some watery kind of, yeah, the eyes will look watery. Or sometimes you think that they want to cough, something like that. It's a sign of worms. Okay, worms are very, very dangerous. They are very dangerous. So if you observe your birds and then you see that the eyes looks watery, it's a sign that worms are worrying your birds. Okay, now let's look at the remedies. How can you treat these worms? Guys, if you don't take time and then you didn't treat the worms on time, it's going to affect your farm and it's going to harm your birds. Okay, so you must make sure that you treat worms as early as possible. That is why I recommend every month, make sure you give your birds dewormers. It must be consistent. Every month, give dewormers to your birds. Don't just be feeding the birds for feeding sake, okay? Their health is very important. So every month, make sure that you are giving them dewormers. So the first dewormer you can use is the pawpaw leaf or the pawpaw seed. Okay, you can use the raw or the fresh pawpaw leaf. You just blend it with water, extract the water and give it to them. Okay, or you give them the pawpaw tea. That is, you go in for the dried leaves, come and boil it well and give it to them. Or you get the pawpaw seed. Okay, dry it, make sure that the seed is well dried. Then you grind it or you blend it with water, extract the water and give it to them. It can be in a tea form, or you can give it to them raw like that. Okay, you serve them with the fresh water, just like that. Okay, that is the first dewormer you can use. Now, the second dewormer you can use is the bitter leaves. You can use bitter leaves to treat the worms. Get bitter leaves, blend it, extract the water, and give it to them. Okay. Now, the third dewormer you can use, which most people we don't consider it as a dewormer, is the cayenne pepper. You can use the cayenne pepper to treat dewormers. You can use it as dewormers. Okay, it can help deworm your beds. The cayenne pepper. Okay, so these are some of the things you can use to treat worms in your farm. They work. That is why I'm sharing them with you. Those are the things I'm using in my farm. But you must make sure that whenever you are treating these worms, it must be consistent. You will not wait for signs before you treat the worms. Okay? You will not wait for signs before you treat the worms. So don't just relax in your farm. Make sure that every month you are giving these dewormers to your beds. Every month, every month, every month. It must be consistent. Okay? So guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's session. I love you. If you are new, subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. The fans, today's code is chickens. Just write it in the comment section. Chickens. Okay? Chicken. So that is the code for today. This way we'll be parting ways. Tomorrow, I'll take you through another one like this. I love you. See you tomorrow.